Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Geoguessr. We're in Turkey. The end. Our goal today, find out who, where, and when. We are playing a balanced world. It's a map by Debray. We have a 3-minute limit. And you may be asking yourself, well, how the hell did you figure out you were in Turkey so fast, Math? The Turkish bollards. They look very similar to Australia and New Zealand. And you're driving on the right-hand side of the road. There's your solution. We can also look at the language and probably figure out where we are. I know I talked about it last time we were in Turkey, but Turkish phone numbers are incredibly helpful. So if we can find a phone number anywhere that's not a 5, we'll know what general region of Turkey we're in. The problem is we're on a highway. So it's probably in our best interest to not leave the highway and instead find signs like this that point us in the correct direction. It's telling us Istanbul is to our east. And if Istanbul is to our east, there's only one section we could be in. E90 and D550. I actually don't know where E90 is, except I just found it. D550. Here's D20, 555. Doesn't look like E90 crosses over here. So it stays, does it? Looks like this is where it starts. Unless this is D90. It's not. We're over by Bollier. Can we find Bollier anywhere? Probably not. It does look like E90 is also D200 and D. Although it should change. Here's 555. Which to me would make sense if 550 was nearby. 565. Still goes this way. 575. So we're getting away from it. It looks like the numbers are going up the further east we go. 595, 575, D100, D200, D567, 565, 555. They're department roads. That sucks. They're gonna probably be like French roads, where they kind of are not unique. Edirne, Kasan. I actually don't know where any of those are. I know where Istanbul is. Here's Edirne. That's not anywhere where we're supposed to be. Fuck. We gotta be over here then. I don't see Bollier anywhere, but it's gotta be over here. And it ends up being a little bit further west. We actually were in this area. Here's Bollier, which we did see, but we were more concerned about E90, so we weren't really paying attention to what's over here. We looked at E87 around this area, but not quite up here. Which sucks. It's 550, but it's E87. So why was it telling us we were on E90 when we're clearly not? Interesting. Russia. Shitty roads, double white lines, right-hand side of the road. We're going to have bollard spam eventually. Or at least we should. We do have a black car. I know it's very hard to see, but it's there. Relatively flat. Kind of feels more western. I'd probably go near Samara. But trust me when I say this, Russia's not one of my better countries. There are phone numbers in Russia that we could start to learn, although we have not started doing that yet. It might not be worth it, but I know I have heard from some people who say that it is. And here's all the bollard spam we were talking about. The Cyrillic in case you needed it on a police car. Yeah, all right. We can just throw down a guess and hope for luck. It's not like we're going to really find anything. And even if we do, the majority of signs in Russian do not contain distances to cities. I know I've complained about it before, and there are some that do. But a lot of the signs that point to major cities do not. For some reason, I feel like this could actually be over here on the road near St. Petersburg. Something about this just feels like that general area. So we have these two town names, but because of how small these are, we're not going to be able to find them from a distance. We're going to basically have to hope for fucking luck, which I can assure you I don't really have when it comes to Russia. We get hope for luck. Kind of guess over here. Fuck it. And it does end up being a lot closer to Samara, which was where my original guess was, on E22. It would have been nice if that sign said Perm. I don't believe it did. I believe it was pointing us towards, here's Burakovo, which we did see. And I think this was the other one we saw. But not something you're going to see from a fucking distance. That's just shit. Gen 2 coverage. Kind of feels like France. Although anything in that general area I wouldn't be surprised with. That is a French-ish bollard with D19, so France makes sense. Can we find a phone number in this small fucking town? Probably not. D19, Mont Couture Bray. Isn't that a cheese? That should be a bigger town name. Although, I don't actually know anything about cheeses. I can tell you that mozzarella is from Italy. That's about it. And then D roads in France, don't even start to look. I think we talked about them earlier in this episode about Turkey with D roads, where each department, they do refresh the numbers. So a D7 road could be in every single region in France, and that's just not fun. Can we really not go down this road? Fuck you, Google car driver. You suck. That was our chance to find a phone number. Now we're going off into the countryside, and hopefully we're going the right way, although we're probably not. Rather flat, rather open, not too many hills. I'm leaning more towards like the middle of France because of that. Obviously, if we had a lot of mountains, we would want to go further south over by the border with like Switzerland and Italy. But because we don't really have anything, yeah, we could probably keep it near Andorra too if we had a lot more hills. The Gen 2 coverage is what's throwing me here. We haven't had a chance to see license plates. There is a potential that this could be Luxembourg, but that would only work if both plates were yellow. Although I don't think they use D20, well, the D roads in Luxembourg. We do have black plates, which sucks. And that's not a black plate. Fuck. This is when learning town names is important. We had quite a few of them back there, and none of them stuck out, which means we're probably going to be left to our random plonk, and we have to hope for luck. So not necessarily the best day. Obviously, we've had better days, but this is a balanced world, and I know Deborah likes to throw in some bait locations. So don't be surprised if the majority of people don't get the best score here. Thuras and Mortisille, both places I've never heard of before, so plonk it, hope for luck. Ends up being a little bit further to the west here. It does look like we did just find a major road, but it kind of took us the entirety of the time we had available to us. I'm surprised we didn't see a D759, although I don't think we would have even paid attention to it because it is a D road. No E roads, no N roads, no A roads, so pretty shit out of luck here. And here's Montour-Silly, which we did see. Apparently we went through it, but every other town name I don't even see, and I don't even remember. So just shit. Southeast Asia. We got it's the feel. We have the palm trees. We have the dirt gravel road. We have the back of a white vehicle. It just has to be down here. We don't know if we're on the left or the right-hand side, although these do look like cement roads. And if this is English over here, it has to be the Philippines. And what do you know? It's English. So we are in the Philippines. Can we find a name? Well, that's the currency. Can we find a name of the island that we're on? There's over 7,000. Republic of the Philippines. Lebanon and Carigpan. And Barangay, which I believe is an island. Where would it be? Where would it be? Why does that name sound so fucking familiar? I have no idea why. But there's over 7,000 different islands. in the Philippines. Knowing all of them isn't possible. So don't feel bad about it. The normal hedge is Panay. Panene. I don't recognize. I know it sounds familiar, but I don't know why. Lengam, no idea. And Macau, no idea. And we actually went too far, so it looks like this is the only thing we have. Flood control in the Comville province. But that's who it's funded by. That doesn't mean that's where we currently are. Shit. Comville. C-O-M-V-A-L. So that's going to be like a district. And we don't really know those too well. Because we've never really needed to. I don't think it's near a major city. Kind of feels like the middle of nowhere. Tobacco City, Luzon, Tiaco. And a lot of these don't really have any defining features about them. Mindoro Island. And not a lot of these have coverage either. This we don't have to worry about. It doesn't feel like Central Visayas. It's not Comville. I think we just have to hedge it in Panay and hope for luck. It's probably gonna be down here, or it's gonna be super far north, but keep the hedge. And it does end up being further south. The town of Mako, we did see that. Can we find the sub-district, the Davao region, which is what we did see on the sign. And it does look like, why did I not put 2 and 2 together here? That makes no sense to me. Why did I see Davao and not go over near the city of Davao? Sometimes I amaze myself. Don't worry. Not one of our better showings, but things happen sometimes. Feels kind of, I don't even know, Mexico maybe? The sun is to our south, which puts us in the northern hemisphere. We do want to get to a regular road, but knowing Debray, it's going to take us 2 minutes and 48 seconds to get to a road. And so we're going to have to go off of everything else. That does not feel like Mexico. What do we have? We have Gen 4 coverage, all white divider lines, kilometers, definitely European, short stubby plates. Does this say, nope, it does not say Der. So it's not Turkey. Definitely feels Mediterranean. Interesting. We could look for guardrails. Could be Portuguese, but that wouldn't make sense for that license plate behind us. Because Spain uses yellow reflectors in their guardrails and Portuguese uses red, which I believe most places use one of those two colors. The double white line would lean me more towards Greece, though. Although it doesn't seem to be everywhere that we're finding a double white line. But that's a good deciding factor. Doesn't really feel like Greece. Maybe we're closer to like Italy, Slovenia here? Can we find a sign that has actual language on it? Besides, obviously, stop, which most places, and it's winter coverage. Bulgaria? I don't think Greece has winter coverage. What is this? Debray, I have so many questions. That's a temporary sign. It's 400M. That was a bollard of some sort, I think. It's Bulgaria. Yo, this is, like I said, Debray loves bait locations. The fact that we're moving, though, does kind of throw a wrench in some of his plans. Makes sense for why we were confused at first. And there is the double language. So, it does make sense to be where we are. That's not Greek. We do have the D that is shaped like an A, which is Bulgaria. It might be close to Greece. I could see why we would be confused. But that was starting with Mexico, going to Greece, and then ending with a Bulgaria. We kind of went from the wrong hemisphere. to the right general area pretty fast. But we don't have any idea where Jerko was. And not bad. It does end up being close to Greece, which is what we thought it had to be. We do get a little bit better of a guess than for Don, but not quite a perfect score. And there's really no information up here. The fact that it's swapped to winter coverage, and we did happen to find a town name 2.5 minutes in, what did I say, 2 minutes and 48 seconds, does help us to guess Bulgaria. But because there's nothing here, there's no way we would have ever gotten like a perfect score or anything. 18-7, Russia being our worst, followed by Philippines being our second worst. Could have been better, but it's Russia, and fuck Russia. For Don coming in first place, 22-446, getting a very good Russia guess, and that is what had the lead sunken in. Screenshot the World coming in second, 19-926, going with Manila over the Southern Islands, so it looks like Philippines screwed it up for you. Maybe I just missed something in Russia there. Azimuth in third, 19-322, guessing around where I did for Russia makes me feel a little bit better. Carl's in fifth, 17-279, way far away in Russia. Bo in sixth, 17-155, over where I guess. So I'm glad that a lot of people guessed kind of where I did for Russia. It makes me feel a little bit better about my Russia skills. Tresmond in seventh, 17-27, Scribbles in eighth, 16-144, and Spaceboy, which I don't believe is Rumi, in ninth at 88-13. Yeah, a lot of people seem to guess in this area. So I know it felt like St. Petersburg, but for some reason it just wasn't. Even Scribbles guessing pretty far north. It didn't feel like the middle of Russia. And then the Philippines, it came down to a hedge. Some people went and took the risk. Some people didn't. Some people took the easy way out and hoped for luck. But that's going to be your call for the day. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all enjoyed. We will have another Twitch stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Definitely come by, say hello. We did update Albania today on stream. So Albania, good old Albania, now has a little bit more love over on GeoTips. Definitely check it out if you need some help there. We also added a Nigerian taxi meta, which can help you figure out which city you're in based on the color of the taxi. But that is going to be what we call it. The next episode is due out on Wednesday if you are part of the YouTube squad. If you are a part of Twitch squad, I will see you tomorrow. If not, hopefully we'll see you again on Wednesday. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye.